What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today, we're taking on Inter in the second leg of the Champions League first knockout round. That's a mouthful. And we have just had our youth intake. So we're going to have a quick look at that and see if there are any interesting players that have come through. I've had a quick look myself because it actually came through yesterday. So players look like they could actually have some potential. We'll find out soon enough. If you do want to enjoy the video, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all your friends, because that makes a huge difference. YouTube loves when you share videos and you like them and you subscribe to the content creators. It makes all the difference. So we are going to find out how we're going to get on against Inter. Right, fellas, so as I said, we're taking on Inter in our first knockout round in the Champions League, second leg. We are 2-1 up from the first leg. What more do you expect? We were away from home, did the business. Quite happy with the result. As you can see, Lazio beat PSG 4-1 in their game. Valencia have already knocked out Sporting Lisbon 3-1 on aggregate. Tottenham absolutely demolished Real Madrid 6-1. That is a madness. 6-1 on aggregate. And I thought Real Madrid had a potential to beat Tottenham. Turns out I was wrong. Napoli also demolished Man United in their leg, or in their first leg. And I don't think there's any, like, Barcelona beat Leipzig. Kind of expect that, to be fair. Liverpool only beating Porto by 1. It's not that bad. Roma beating Ajax. Since you were here last, form has been decent. We beat Frankfurt 2-0. Edmundo scored and Abdel Latif scored again. He kind of came alive there for a short while. Against Hamburg 3-1, Kulikov and Abdel Latif with a brace. Then the game against Inter in their stadium when we were away from home, Sani Bojang scored an absolute beauty of a goal. Hillenbrand scored right at the end of the game to give us the second away goal and the lead in the tie. Against Werder Bremen 3-1. Antonelli obviously scored against us because he's one of our ex-players, but Frank Eigler, Edmundo and Hillenbrand all getting goals first as well. Then we played Borussia Dortmund and we were terrible, like properly terrible. Then we beat Hanover. I feel like the lads were a little bit annoyed by the fact that we lost to Borussia Dortmund, because we weren't bad against Borussia Dortmund. We were just really unlucky. But then against Hanover 5-0, Abdel Latif scoring, Kulikov, Sekrovic and Bojang with the brace. I keep feeling like I'm going to call him Bojangles. I'll probably end up with, but it's not going too poorly. As it is right now, because of the fact that we lost to Borussia Dortmund, we're close-ish. We're 6 points behind, but Bayern and Hertha drew with each other on the same day we lost to Borussia Dortmund. So that's a little bit frustrating, you know, as you'd expect. And we have sold Fraser Sharp. He's going to Maddenberg for 400k in July. So it's a nice bit of cash in the bank for us. We've got no money to spend, so there won't be anything going on at the minute. There might be future transfers, but as it is right now, not going to get anything. What is expected? So there, we have made it as far as they were expecting in the Champions League. So we could just do nothing. We could completely fall apart in this game. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference. But we are going into this game knowing that worst case scenario, we concede 1, we're still fine. So we're starting with João Felipe in goal, Grau and Coops as our wing backs, Edmundo and Collins starting in central defence, with Kulikov and Sekrovic starting in central midfield, Abdullah, Hillenbrand and Bojang behind Eigler. We do not have a goalkeeper on the bench, which is not something I do very often, purely because Ulrich is injured for another 6 days. He's got a virus, and Montessori, I unregistered him because we had to reach a certain amount of trained at the club players, homegrown players, that's the one. Homegrown at club players. So that was a little bit frustrating. Munoz is injured as well. Al Salman is suspended. And other than that, I don't think there's anything that is too important. Klaas Rachel has actually signed a professional contract. I did forget to show you the candidates. So the best player is a left winger, Bjorn Blumel Voss, who, having looked at his attributes, I'm thinking box-to-box midfielder. Potentially, he's 15 years old. I think a box-to-box midfielder. So if we just highlight box-to-box midfielder, as it is right now, he's not a terrible box-to-box midfielder. Maybe a playmaker. He has potential. He has really, really good potential. 4.5 star. I think he's probably going to hit that. Rainer Meffert. Yet another goalkeeper who's come through our youth system, who's actually pretty decent. I think this guy has potential. Maybe not the full 3.5 star, but I think he could be like a decent B team goalkeeper. Maybe. And then there's just a whole bunch of random players. Then you get to like these two Irish lads here who aren't very good, but I could still see us signing them, because although maybe not, I'm not sure. I don't really know what the director of football is going to do, or is it I don't know what Thomas Eichen is going to do. We have to wait and see, I suppose. But I'm not sure what our under 19s, because if you look at the overview, we have a strong under 19 squad. I don't know if they're going to sign too many of the players, but I'd like us to sign 3 or 4 of them. They have their game today against our under 19s team, so we find out how good they do in that game. A couple of the first team players are actually lining up in that game, so they're definitely going to get a proper doing in that game. They're not going to be given an easy time. We've thrown some of the lesser used first team players to get them a little bit of first team football, and we're going to find out how good the young lads can do. The inter team, as you can see, has pretty good players in it. Strakosha in goal. Lavado didn't play last time, but they've Patrick Leonardo, who's a good centre back. Ruben Diaz, Hakimi, Baird, Barella, Kamara, Andrade, Lukaku. So, it's a decent team. Skriniar is only getting a place on the bench, but Locatelli, Charlie Zane, who was pretty good when he came on in the first leg, and Zagadou starting on the bench today. So we're going to say to the lads, carry on straight from where you finished last game. They don't care. Eigler starts up front today because he's been acceptable of late. He's not been amazing. Like, by no means would I say he's been a fantastic player in the team, but he's been decent. And Kulikov just puts that one wide. Just 2 minutes into the game, Kulikov's already taken a speculative effort, deciding he's going to chance his arm. Barella, quite lucky not to get booked there. Lukaku, who is 36 now, I think it is. He's a little bit on the older side, but I wonder. He's playing very deep, so I'm assuming he's like a deep lying forward. He's going to be like a support striker, because, like I said, he is on the older side, and because I've attribute masking on, don't have full ability to see what his attributes are. Bojangles, that wasn't a great shot. Because we don't get a proper look at him, I don't think we have like the ability to see exactly what his attributes are. But he's not the fastest player in the world, I don't think. But Eigler picks up. Eigler is playing wide for the fact he's playing as a striker. It's gone through, and Eigler manages to just appear out of nowhere, puts it in the back of the net, and we are 1 up. It's 3-1 on aggregate. So this is going really rather well. 10 minutes in, Eigler sort of starts it, makes a run into the box, cuts into the middle of the wide men, and slots it into the back of the net, and does a little whoop whoop whoop. He also signed a new contract. Was it before the Hanover game, I think, where he is now on 120,000, I think it is. Is it 120k? Yeah, 120k star player contract, and he is I think he had a release clause of 22.5 million for Champions League clubs. Now it's 123 million for anybody willing to pay it. Which 123 million from, I'll take it. Hillenbrand absolutely smashes that one over the bar. It is saying that Abdullah is after picking up a tight hamstring, so I might consider taking him off. I might do it at halftime. Inter have had one shot. I'm going to point fingers and say I'm pleased with your performance. Keep it going, lads. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Abdullah, I'm going to take him off just because he is suffering a little bit. We're going to bring in Abdel Latif. Eigler is going to go to an inside forward. We're going to start the second half. Abdel Latif has been a player that I've brought on every now and again, taken him off. Swapped him around kind of between striker and right wing. Himself and Eigler both play striker and right wing. So it's been a fairly easy swap to make an Andre Andrade 27th goal of the season. That was a very easy build up. Hakimi got it to Barella. Barella just kicks it over the top. And was that Edmundo? I'm assuming that was Edmundo, who just didn't quite get there. And now Inter. If they score one more, they've nullified our away goals, which would not be ideal. Alright, we've won the ball back. Abdel Latif. Oh, I thought that was after going in. That looked so close to going into the back of the net. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, scored 1 goal. We've had 13 shots and only scored 1. This is somebody want to stop? That's offside. No, Andrade wasn't offside. Who was keeping him on then? Because he looked so far away from any of our players. It's fine. Eigler heads the ball clear. What is Bojangles doing? Bojangles is running with his legs or his hands down by his side. We should probably check on him. I'm sure he's okay. Keane Overton's delighted. Alright, we're going to chuck a little demand more. And we're going to make a substitution. Latif has picked up an injury. Thigh injury. Okay, Overton, you're coming on. Hopefully he can do something. He's been a little poor this year. And we're going to move Hillenbrand back to play as the Mazzella. Kulikov's going to come off for Televsky. We're going to leave it at that. 15 minutes left. Gives that a bit of encouragement. Coops is 1 yellow card away from suspension. Don't really care. Inter are making all this, so many changes. Barella's picked up an injury in the 92nd minute. It highly popped up and then it instantly went away. If Inter score now, Lukaku puts it back to Lovato. Camera, Rico. Booty. Sekrovic hit, boots it clear. Eigler runs into somebody. Televsky, I think. And the ball is cleared. But that should be the end of it. We're 2 minutes over. We're nearly 3 minutes over. Come on, lads. Just. Okay, we're still on attacking. Probably not the most ideal thing to do. Bojangles, back of the net. Overton with the assist. 2-1 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate. We're not going to get to see the highlight. But that's fine. We are through to the next round. Grow did not play well. Played a 6.3. Nice. Yep. So I'm not going to bother giving out to anybody. It's fine, whatever. Hopefully that injury to Latif and Edmundo aren't too bad. Lazio do go through. Barely. Knocked out current holders PSG. Current holders PSG knocked out by Lazio. So Lazio, ourselves, Valencia and Tottenham guaranteed into the next round. I find it hard to believe that Napoli are going to lose the game against Man United. So I'm going to say Napoli in the next round. Latif is out for 13 days, just short of 2 weeks. And our director of football has decided to sign a bunch of players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players are coming in after being beaten 4-0. Who scored the goals for the under-19s? Fraser Sharp scored 3 and had a goal disallowed, and Erling scored as well. I still think he's going to be a central midfielder. But it's interesting. We have a lot of new players arriving in our under-19s in the not distant future. Edmundo out for only 2 days with a bruised ankle. It's not the worst case scenario. It's actually pretty okay. Next game we're going to come back for is going to be the Champions League quarter final. We're getting close to the end of the season. The Bundesliga, if it gets more interesting, I'll bring it back for more games towards the end of the season, and maybe we like pack the season in from like here on, and depending on how the Champions League goes and how the league is looking, because we do have a game against Bayern right at the end of the season, and we play Schalke and we play Hertha. We have a really tough run into the end of the season. Oh, I did not realize that. So if we play the semi-final and then we make it to the final of the Champions League, we are going to be playing so many games. So that being said, leave a comment down below. Who do you think is going to make it through to the next round, or who do you think we're going to get in the next round? What team are we going to be drawn against? Be interesting to see who we get, because I would love to get someone like Roma, because we haven't played. I don't think I've played Roma in FM21 at all, bar the Atalanta save I did in the beta. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I wouldn't have. I've only played Roma very often in FM in recent years, since I started content creation. It's interesting. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Who do you think we're going to get drawn against in the next round? And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Everything that makes YouTube happy. All the stuff that the content creators normally say. Thank you very much for watching, fellas, and we'll see you in the next one.